Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kirbside Network. I'm your host, Jay Kirby. Joining me this evening is, well, what I can only describe as a legendary figure here on the show. We are talking to Justin. I almost messed it up during the intro. We just talked about it before I hit record. Justin Nimmo, aka Zane the Silver Space Ranger from Power Rangers in Space. Justin, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Right on. Thank you for having me, man.
We greatly appreciate it. Here, there we go. Change up the speaker. Greatly appreciate you coming on the show, giving us your time, and at quite a short notice. We only messaged you last week, and you immediately responded. So we greatly appreciate the timely response.
Well, the
Um,
thing is, this is July, and in August there's going to be no time. So it was, let's get it over with right quick.
well, I appreciate you coming on the show. Appreciate your time. As always, ladies and gentlemen, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, tap the little bell in your YouTube app so you never miss an upload. None of this can be brought to you without our sponsors. Collected Comics and Games here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They have two locations. They have everything your nerdy little hearts desire. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This wonderful shelf behind me, about 60% of it has been given to us from Collected. And by given, I mean I purchased for an exuberant amount of money because I spend too much money there. But the staff is wonderful. Their selection is fantastic. They've got books, comics, paints, minis, dice, anything that a nerd can need. They've got it. And that's two locations here in the DFW area. Um, as well as we have recently wrapped Renegade Ranger season 2. So no tabletop games during the summer, but we are working on Astromori season 2. And you can't play a tabletop game without dice. So shout out to our dice sponsor, ST-Way Gaming. Jason and his team are working tirelessly to bring you guys some of the best dice sets, 100-siders, shirts, shirts, hats, accessories, anything that you guys need for your tabletop games. They have. That's ST-Way Gaming. So go check them out. The link is in the bio. And of course, because I'm rocking them tonight, it wouldn't be a Power Ranger interview without me rocking the Forever Red t-shirt. Shout out to our merch team, Peach City Inc. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on peachcityinc.com. Every shirt that they make is 100% pre-washed, pre-shrunk, custom made. They can make it. They're going to be at Cowtown Comic Con this weekend, making shirts right there on the spot. I think this shirt's over a year old, shows no sign of wear and tear. It is legitimately the softest shirt that I own. So shout out to Peach City Inc. and their wonderful product. We love them, and new designs coming out at almost every convention they're going to. You guys will not find their designs anywhere else. But with all that out of the way, let's get to the man, the myth, the legend, Justin. Thank you again. I like to start as always. How did you get your start in the wonderful world of TV, movies, Hollywood, and Power Rangers?
Well, I started in Oklahoma, probably close to 94,
Mm.
1994.
Right.
And I had signed with an agency in Oklahoma. The first job that I think I did was for a floral company. They were having a big, thick book that came out about all of their flowers, and it was a people getting married. So I had to kiss, I think, three different girls in the same book. That was kind of strange, but a clothing ad company and some local things. And then shortly I went to Los Angeles for International Model and Talent Association. It was a huge convention. And I was noticed and said, hey, if you come out to California, we can represent you and try to get you some work. So moved out to California and started auditioning, found an agent, a manager, worked a few jobs, and then the Power Rangers audition came along.
Excellent. Were you, because we've seen some people that were fans of the show beforehand, some that had almost no idea what it was. Were you kind of aware of Power Rangers when you got the audition? Were you kind of in the know, or were you just, work, thank goodness?
Yeah, I did not really know much about it. So I probably auditioned in 1997 and it came out in 98, or it was early 1998, but
Hmm.
um it had been on television since 93. I graduated high school in 92 and I was already in college working a full-time job and doing collegiate wrestling, so
Oh.
wrestling in college. So it wasn't like I had time to be watching any kind of television. And then when I moved out to California, it was you got to look for a job, and then after you find that job, you got to look for an acting job while you work that other job.
Hmm.
So once you land a job and you can go audition, you just hope that one of those auditions will turn into production. And I didn't have time to watch the Power Rangers. I'm sure I heard of them because I
Hmm.
remember telling my roommate about it, and he said, "No, don't do it. You'll never work again. You'll be stereotyped like Urkel." And I was like, "Bro, I'm here in California trying to be an actor, and this is an acting job. You're telling me not to even audition for this?" Yeah. It's like, well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it. And luckily, after 3 or 4 auditions, and Willen and Dylan, they said, "We'll give you the job." So after I went and did the couple of weeks worth of work, got that first paycheck, then I showed my roommate. So yeah, he's still happy today that I took the job.
Glad that you didn't listen.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we're glad you didn't listen either. You have had some pretty cool moments in the series. Um, Arguably, Space is one of the best seasons out there. A lot of people, a lot of people credit it as basically saving the franchise because it
Yeah.
was supposed to be the final season, and then you guys did such a good job. They're like, all right, maybe we can do one more.
It's like just to be real,
Mm.
I don't even know that it was us that saved the franchise. It's the writers, it's the people working the cameras, it's the crew putting it together. So sure, it was our face, but you know, it takes a giant army to make all of it happen. And I remember the writers said, hey, this is going to be the end, so we're just going to throw the kitchen sink at it, meaning they're going to put everything out there they can. Well, that explains why they killed Zordon because they're like, there's no more Power Rangers.
Right.
Then they figured out how to make more Power Rangers after Zordon. But so, there you are getting this job that luckily is more than a 1 day job.
Mm.
And shortly after that, they're like, oh, well, this is not going to last. I didn't know that every year they get a new cast.
Mm.
I mean, I wasn't even aware that when I came on that Chris was worried I was going to take his spot, or Andros. Because it's like they're replacing that Red Ranger so fast, and he thought I was going to take his spot, and I was like, no, I'm a different color. Oh, well, cool, we can be friends then. Yeah.
So, what got you interested in acting and modeling in the first place? What was the, because you, like you said, you were in college, you were a collegiate wrestler. What was the changeover? Was there something that just inspired you to be on screen, or?
I would say my mom inspired me. Just kind of suggested. I was going to college for accounting, and we carpooled. I would drop her off at work, go to school, pick her up, go home. And one day she said, "Hey, there's a lady here who's part owner of this company that you should go talk to her." I did not know what it was about. I was just trying to appease my mom. So I go in there and I talk to this lady, and she goes, "Oh yeah, we're a modeling agency, and I think you would do really good. You should have some pictures taken." Okay. Well, I was working at Outback Steakhouse, and I asked one of the other servers, said, "Hey, will you take my pictures?" And she's like, "Sure, I got a spot. We can go, soon." But it was cold. I think it was like November, and I had some outdoor like swimming suit shots in November in Oklahoma. So I was actually freezing. But anyways, that lady said, "You need to meet the owner." So I met the owner, and the owner seen those pictures, and she goes, "Oh, this will win the competition." I didn't know what she was talking about. I learned about it. She's like, "Hey, we go to California one year and we go to New York the next year. There's a whole bunch of competitions that you can enter into, dealing with your age, your sex, your color, whatever. There will be casting directors from around the world, and you'll audition for them basically. And if you do a good job, you'll win at your spot. And if you win at your spot, chances are they'll want to bring you out." So she looked at that picture and she said, "That'll win Best Smile." Again, I had no idea what she was talking about, but it was one of the categories, and it did. It won. It was a really big deal, and it opened the doors for me to go to California because people are like, "If you come out here, we'll represent you."
Hmm.
So she got me to talk to somebody at her work. I'm a sucker.
I mean, you gotta keep mom happy.
Right.
And I only say that because I know my mom's gonna watch this episode later.
Oh, good. Hi, Mom.
um, but I find it interesting. We recently got a chance to host a Q&A panel for Amy Roll, who played Trakina on
Oh, I'll be seeing Amy Roll in less than a month,
Hey,
or
well,
close to a month.
well, let her know Curbside says hello. She's done an interview for us before, and then we hosted her Q&A panel at DamCon in, I want to say it was in April.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken.
She'll be
But
with me. I'll be with her in Dallas next
oh,
month.
excellent.
Yeah.
Well then I might have to make a trip over to Dallas from Fort Worth.
You
We'll
might have to
we'll
come and
we'll
see
talk
us.
about that
Yeah.
off screen, offline. But you during her Q&A panel, she brought up that she had a very similar kind of experience. You both started as models and then transitioned over into acting. I find that very interesting that you guys had such a similar, not even an upbringing, but a similar foothold in the door when you got
Right.
started.
Yeah. There
Hmm.
was another guy from my hometown. So I'm from a very small town in Oklahoma called Lexington. Like we graduated with 72 people. And a few years after I left, there was another kid that graduated and he was $100,000 Paul Mitchell contract.
Wow.
So it's like we were producing some talent out of Oklahoma.
So some good looking folk coming out of there.
Yeah, I got to
No.
go watch him at one of his big competitions or something where he won first place. I got to go and watch that on Sunset Boulevard and root him on as a fellow Oklahoman.
That's awesome. Now
Yeah,
I myself am originally from a very small town in Indiana that no one's ever heard of. And I also graduated with about 56 people in
very
high school, or at least
yeah,
my
very similar.
seniors. So I get the small town living very,
Yeah,
very much.
that's a good thing. You make some
Hmm.
really good lifelong friends that way. I
Yeah.
started that school in kindergarten and went through 12th grade. Most people don't even stay in the same school district.
Hmm.
Kindergarten through 12. So I got some friends from way back.
Well, that's excellent. So you come on you come onto the show. Was there a period where, because I know some of the actors that we've talked to that play the Sixth Ranger, they come in later in the show. Were you there relatively early into production, or did you come in about halfway through?
Probably halfway.
Probably halfway.
I would
Uh,
almost feel like the Six Ranger doesn't even need to come in until halfway or later.
mm,
They got to wait till the five guys are in trouble to bring in some kind of extra help, and that's about as long as they want to go is half the season,
mhm.
which is good. I was talking to a guy today. He was said that he was trying to get my morpher, but it's hard to find. And I was like, yeah, it was 28 years ago, and I was only on the show for like half a season. They didn't even make very many of the toys, so they're hard to find.
Oh, trust me, I know. Finding morphers for any season that aren't current is a
Challenge.
task in itself.
Yeah.
But what was that like coming on when the rest of the cast and crew were kind of already in the full swing of things, and you're kind of coming in like the new kid in school?
Yeah, that's exactly what I compared it to because they already had a bond.
Mm,
to get into their little clique, it's like, well, how am I supposed to do that? I don't know anything about any of them. And
mm,
of course, it's not like production's going to walk over to me and say, here, come and meet these guys. They're interested in this and they like to do this. And you guys want to go play now?
mm.
So
Oh,
yeah, it was hard to figure out how to blend in with everybody. I for some reason gravitated to Chris, which was odd because he said that production told him to stay away from me because they didn't want his character to show that we were friends in the beginning. So they
mm.
told him to stay away from me in the beginning. So, here I am the first week or so. Nobody wants to talk to me, but finally we started talking and I was a nice guy. He's like, come over, I'll make you dinner. We'll chill and hang out, right? And then I was allergic to garlic. I almost killed him. He's still alive, so that
Thankfully.
yeah, he's not too mad at me.
Well, I could definitely see that you guys develop a friendship based off the fact that so many of your appearances outside of the show, you guys still do con appearances together all the time. Um, you
If I
guys
lived in
were at
California, we would probably hang out a lot more.
a understandably so. Um,
Last time we were together, he was telling me in the elevator, you know, you're like my big brother. That's what I tell everybody. You're my big brother. Like, okay, little brother. Thank you.
I mean, you guys had a very similar dynamic on screen, so I'm glad that it translates to off screen as well. Because
Yeah,
Zane and Andros are supposed to be this. Well, they were a very fascinating dynamic duo.
it's the
Uh,
bromance.
it is a bit of a bromance.
Yeah. There's some comic books that have been wrote, and people tell me that Chris and I are a couple. Like, really? Yeah, you have to look into that.
I will. No, that actually brings me to a question because it was an episode that I watched recently. Um, you had an episode where you and Melody, aka Astronema, had sort of a we'll call it a fling. We'll bit enemies turned into a relationship.
Opposites attract.
Opposites attract. I can't remember the name of the episode now, and I can't. It's
Date
gonna.
with danger.
You're good. You're
I'm,
very
I'm trying.
good.
I've studied.
No, I studied too, and I feel bad that I couldn't remember it on the spot. Um, but
Yeah,
it
she
seemed,
blows me up after trying to feed me a marshmallow off her staff.
I think she might have overreacted.
It was unnecessary. I got to do a
Um,
stunt though. That was one of the stunts that I got to do. They were wanting me to be smoking.
hmm,
And I was like, well, how about if I just inhale a cigarette and I blow it out and I'll be
hmm.
smoking because she blew me up. Oh, we can't do that. That would be hazard pay. That's a stunt. Okay. You can pay me the $20. Let's do it. Let's get it on because you guys are trying to figure this out. I got it figured out already.
Um, I would say that that's one of the rare times that you actually get to see some of the Rangers without their helmets on, because I know a lot of the stunt performers do a lot of the fights,
Yeah.
but you guys had a fair amount of times where you got to go around without the helmets.
Yes.
But that particular episode definitely stuck out.
Right
But
on.
did you two have because I know the villains are usually off away from the Rangers. Did you guys have a good connection with Melody as far as
Like on set.
on set?
Um, I really didn't work with her a whole lot. I mean,
Mm.
it, 3, 4, 5 times.
Hmm.
Not a lot, and just with her and I. I think everybody else definitely got along with her well.
That actually brings up a question that I was saving for about I'd say about halfway through the interview. is you got the chance a few years back to bring back your role as Zane in a very, very good um, fan series, Bloodline of the Grid.
Oh yeah.
We've gotten to have DJ on the show before and talk to
All
him
right.
about creating the show, having you guys come on set. We love it. I have to ask, what was it like for you to bring back your old character to be to even get promoted to Commander Zane and now be in a bit of a rivalry with your bro?
Yes, my lover boy. Um, Chris, we were talking about how there's a comic book that there's a she just walked in right that. We were talking about a comic book wrote where they say that Chris and I are like a couple. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Um, to be able to like come back in Bloodline and work with the people that were on in space, that was such a treat. And I keep asking them, can we do some more? Can we do some more?
Oh,
Last
trust
time
me.
I,
When we had DJ on, I was like, "When's episode 3 come out?
yeah,
Please,
yeah.
please."
I mean, it was August of last year.
Mhm.
We went out to LA and I said, hey, I'm going to be out here. We should do some filming. We don't have time to put it all together. Sorry, we'll have to come back to this. So a year later, coming back for Power Morphicon, I was like,
Mhm.
hey, do you want to try and film something while I'm out there? And I think, again, we don't have the time to put it all together. And I'm like, oh my goodness, we can work something out. So he's trying to figure out a way to film something because a
Mhm.
few years ago at Power Morphicon, we just like stepped out into a hallway and shot something real quick.
Mhm.
It was like, we got to get this real quick. So maybe he'll come up with something again this year.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I know we're looking forward to episode 3 coming out, and I hope more of it gets made. But what was it like to see where your character's gone? I know we'll call it's not exactly canon to the show, but what was it like to see the veteran version of your character so far in the future?
I thought how they introduced me with the
Mhm.
hologram was so cool. Yeah, yeah, it's more still in some more type of Star Wars stuff. But
Mhm.
anyways, um that was a really cool intro. And I got to film all of that from my house with a green screen behind me and having DJ tell me, no, change this, no, change that. So I was like, oh, good. I get to suit up again tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. It's different if they're there in front of you and can, tell you what they're
Mhm.
looking for. But if you film something and then you send it to them, no, change this up. You film it, they send it to them, no, change this up. So that was a little bit harder. It's much
Mhm.
easier in person. But yeah, I mean, what a treat for them to be able to put that together and have us all on the same screen.
Oh my goodness. The level of cameos in those shows have oh it's so good and I can't wait for more of it. But with that, I guess I'll ask, what is something you'd like to see, um whether it be from Bloodline of the Grid or just in general? What's something you would have liked to seen Zane get to do after Countdown to Destruction happens?
Oh, it's still coming. I'm not done with DJ. We're gonna finish this. Chris and I already have a fight scene that has to happen.
Oh, don't you tease me. Don't you
Commander
tease
Zane,
me.
Commander Zane is about to show his talents.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Shit. Show Andros, he still got it.
All right.
Well now I'm really intrigued. Now I'm gonna go bother DJ.
Yeah, ask him ask him
And
for
so
the
hey, we
script.
gotta hurry this up.
If nothing else, ask him for the script.
Hmm. Um, what is it? I love asking this question. What has it been like all these years later to get to go to all these conventions, go to meet all these people that I mean basically grew up watching you and that you had such an impact on? What has that been like for you over these past couple of years to come to Power Morphicon, to come uh I want to say you were at Ranger Stop one of the years. Just all these cons that all these other Rangers are at, getting to meet fans. What has that been like for you?
So they say that when they watch the show that it was life changing, that it helped
Mhm.
them through these things and those things. I would say it was life changing because we've got to travel all over the place and meet so many people and do so many cool things. Um, it's I wouldn't be able to say I was sitting right here in the same spot today if I wasn't able to go out there and meet all of the Power Ranger fans because
Mhm.
it's been a blessing. The stories that we hear, the reactions that we see, the people that we meet, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, we're grateful.
We're grateful to have the chance to meet you. Any particular con stories or any particular fan interactions that stick out to you?
Fun stories and fans.
Uh,
I think the one that stands out for me, I don't know if it stands out for you, but it was the one that where the guy had actually shot himself in the face and survived his attempt, but it was Power Rangers that kind of helped him afterwards watching it. And
My wife said that one of the fans that came up, there was a he had shot himself and
mm,
survived, and he said
wow.
that Power Rangers is what he was watching that helped him get through that.
Wow.
So, you get all the levels with meeting everybody. Um, one of the stories that I've got from a convention. I mean, I've got to do cool things behind the scenes.
Mhm.
Like there was a convention we did, I believe it was in New Mexico, and me and a couple other rangers after the con was over went out to a gun range and were shooting guns.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, that's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
But I've done conventions in other countries like Canada,
Mhm.
London, Singapore, Peru.
Wow.
The things that I've seen are nuts. But I mean, I have so many stories from so many people over the years. I I wouldn't have heard all of these stories if Chris didn't hit me up roughly 10 years ago. Hey, I'm coming to
Mhm.
Oklahoma. Do you want to hang out? And talked me into basically showing up at a comic book store with some pictures and meeting a bunch of fans.
Wow. Well, then the next time we see Chris, we're definitely gonna have to thank him.
Yes, thank Chris.
um, I know it's meant to me personally, not to get all mushy and emotional, but to me personally, it's been a huge thing. Because I remember a time when I was not younger, but I was a lot younger, and I didn't know that cons were a thing. I knew that San Diego existed and that like small little conventions existed, but then throughout the years, I started going specifically. I started going to Lexington Comic Con out in Kentucky, and it seemed like every year they had a different handful of Rangers there. They had JDF, Austin St. John, um, Walter Jones, um, but the fact that um, we've gotten the chance to even interact with Rangers, people that we never thought we'd get to meet or even be in the same room with, has been mind blowing.
Yeah,
Absolutely mind blowing, especially to myself.
it's very amazing the people that come up and like, dude, I watched you on television and here you are standing right in front. Like, how was this possible? And I'm like, I'm just here. It's real. It's fun. Let's hang out.
It's incredible. I know, once again, not to get mushy, but for people that watch the show, outside of podcasting, I'm also a professional wrestler.
Oh, really?
Yes. And my wrestling gear is a Red Ranger singlet, and I have a vest that is designed to look like the Dragon Shield from the original season.
Get out of
Yeah.
town. So, what is
And
your stage name as your wrestler?
so I am the Lost Ranger Jay Kirby.
Lost Ranger
Yep.
Jake Kirby to the stage. Top
um
rope, baby.
And then my because we are about to debut here in less than 2 weeks. My tag team partner is the Mystic Ranger, Deacon Scott, and his gear is the Blue Ranger in singlet form.
How fun.
So we
I'm
have definitely been inspired by Power Rangers.
for sure. Yeah. I actually have I think it's August 2nd. I'll be at Oklahoma City. It's a wrestling something or another. I don't know what level it is, but anyways, it's a wrestling thing, and they're having me there. I think I'm going to get to do some of the ring announcer stuff.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
To get the Silver Space Ranger to announce someone to the ring.
yeah.
I'd be
I think
so jealous.
I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to be doing. I said, well, I don't know who these people are, and he goes, it's fine. We'll have it all wrote down for you. Okay, I trust you.
That's fantastic. So I will, if you'll allow me, I will ask you a little bit of a somber question. I know we've been joking around here, but recently, in the past few years, you did have a cancer diagnosis.
Yes.
Would you be comfortable telling the story of what happened, how the process went, and how your recovery
Sure.
has gone?
Yeah. I had went several years with a tickle in my throat and I thought, what the heck is that? And just chalked it up to tonsil stones.
Mm.
Finally, Thanksgiving, I went to the actual doctor that would test it because I had been to a dentist and asked. I went to a regular doctor and asked. They kept saying, no, ear, nose, and throat, ear, nose, and throat. So Thanksgiving rolled around. It's like, all right, it's a little worse. I'm going to go have this look. So I went to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. And in December, he basically said, yeah, you got throat cancer. So squamous cell carcinoma stage, whatever, the left tonsil. And from that point, it was like I just kind of went bloop, and everything went black, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remembered, hey, I'm the one in here talking to the doctor. I think I need to pay attention, wake up. So then I turned my ears back on, and I could like, what is it? First I could see him, but I couldn't hear his words, and then finally I could start hearing the words. But he's like, yeah, you got cancer, and um, I was like, all right, so what's next? And he goes, well, you'll go talk to this doctor, oncologist or whatever, and they'll tell you what to do. You know, just follow the doctor's orders. And it's pretty much what happened. It was close your eyes and obey the rules, and it'll be over when it's over. I went through 33 rounds of radiation, 2 rounds of chemo, and lost like 60 pounds in a matter of months, like I don't know, 2 months. Did everything exactly as they said, and when it was all said and done, they said, okay, the cancer's gone. So here I am today.
Well, we are very glad that you are still with us, and very glad that you were able to push through. I know I followed um I followed a lot of the journey over Instagram, your posts showing headed to treatment, showing you putting the suit back on after being cleared. So uh if I can speak for the fandom for a short minute, it is both heartwarming and very, very I don't want to use the word motivating, but motivational to encouraging to see you battle through this and come out on the other side just as good, if not better than when you went in. So
even better with more silver.
A little more silver. But yeah, we are very glad to have seen you come out on the other side of this, and we are very glad to still have you around, especially.
You can't get rid of the Silver Ranger that easy. I'll make you eat your words.
But I know we talked a little bit at the beginning and a little bit in between. What are some big either projects or big appearances you have coming up here in the near future? I know you said August is going to be very busy.
Yes, August is going to be very busy. We're still waiting for a commercial that
Mm,
me and my wife did a commercial for Oklahoma tourism.
okay.
We filmed at 5 different places in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we're waiting for that to come out so that we can see it because that was really cool. Husband and wife got to work
Mhm.
together. She does more theater, so
Okay.
she was nervous about being on camera, and I was like, "You're not even going to have any words. Don't worry about it." Um, Appearances coming soon are going to be Ranger Boom in Baltimore.
Hmm.
I've got a comic book store in Texas. I have the wrestling event in Oklahoma City and then Power Morphicon. There is more after that, but I don't have those marked down. I'm trying to stay focused right now.
Well, um,
I know my
I
a minute ago when I was kind of looking off the screen, she said something about the dog jumped up on the table and ate all of the chicken, and
oh
she thought
no.
that it had a bone stuck in its throat. So I'm trying to like keep my composure before I run in there to see what's happened. Like, is the dog dying? Do I need to get off of
Mm,
here?
but um now I've almost lost my train of thought. All
Nope.
your
Yeah,
appearances, your
so all
cons
those
coming up.
places in August, it's gonna
Yes.
definitely be busy. If
Um,
somebody wanted to follow me and to be able to see where I'm going to be,
mm,
I generally post that on Instagram, and
mm,
Instagram puts it on Facebook, and then
right.
I create it on TikTok. So it's on all of those versions that you want to visit on social media, but it's basically just my name, Justin Nemo, not like the
Mm,
fish, but sounds like the fish, Nimmo.
excellent. Well, we'll start winding down here. Is there anything you'd like to say to the internet? Anything you'd like to say to all the fans that uh, will hopefully get to see this interview here shortly?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. I'll stay strong for you. You stay strong for me because we stay strong together as Power Rangers.
It's been an absolute honor to have you on the show, Justin. Thank you so much. Uh, everyone, follow Justin on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Yep, yep.
His TikTok is fairly new, so you can definitely get in there, give him the follows that he deserves.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
but as always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, tap the little bell in your YouTube app so you never miss an upload. Uh, Once again, thank you so much, Justin, for coming on the show. It has been an absolute pleasure and an absolute honor to have you on.
Well, thank you for having me.
It has been a pleasure. It's been fun. Um, and we can officially add you as another Space Ranger that we've had on the show. We've had red, yellow, black, and silver. So now we just gotta get blue and pink, and we'll have the whole set.
Good luck on pink.
Yes, yes, I know that she is few and far between on con appearances, but we're
Yeah,
hoping.
sure. Nothing wrong with hoping.
But thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for your time. It's meant the world. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys very soon with hopefully another Ranger interview. We've got some things in the works that we're trying to build. And coming relatively soon, Astromori season 2 on our Twitch channel. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for stopping Kirbside.